The screen flickered to life in the dim glow of the late-night kitchen, Sarah's hands trembling as she clicked through her daughter Emily's browser history. "What the hell is this?" she whispered, her voice cracking like thunder in the silence, as thumbnails of intimate women embracing filled the display, pulling her into a vortex of confusion and buried memories. In that moment, the world Sarah had built, perfect suburbia, PTA meetings and Sunday barbecues, shattered like fragile glass under the weight of a truth she never saw coming. Sarah slammed the laptop shut, her heart pounding as if it might burst from her chest. She paced the linoleum floor of their modest home in suburban Chicago, the kind of neighborhood where picket fences hid more than they revealed. Emily was upstairs, asleep, oblivious to the storm brewing below. At 42, Sarah had prided herself on being the ideal mom. Supportive, involved, always there with homemade lasagna after soccer practice. But this? Videos of women loving women? It wasn't just shock. It was a mirror thrust in her face, reflecting fragments of her own forgotten past. She sank into a chair, rubbing her temples. Flashbacks hit her like waves. College days at Northwestern, 1990s, when grunge music blasted from dorm rooms, and the world felt full of possibilities. There was Lisa, her roommate, with wild curls and a laugh that lit up the room. They'd shared everything. Late-night talks, stolen glances, a kiss one rainy afternoon that Sarah had dismissed as experimentation. But it wasn't. It had been real, terrifying, and she buried it deep when she met John, Emily's father, choosing the safe path of marriage and motherhood. Now, staring at the closed laptop, Sarah wondered if history was repeating itself, or worse, if she'd passed on some invisible curse. Morning came too soon. Emily, 19 and home from her freshman year at the University of Illinois, bounded downstairs in her oversized hoodie, her short brown hair tousled from sleep. "Mom, you look like crap. Late night," she teased, pouring cereal. Sarah forced a smile, but her eyes betrayed her. "We need to talk, Em." The words hung heavy and Emily's spoon froze midair. Sarah slid the laptop across the table. "I was checking for viruses. Your computer was acting up and I found these." Emily's face drained of color. She grabbed the laptop, her fingers flying to close tabs that weren't even open. "You went through my stuff? That's invasion of privacy." Her voice rose, a mix of anger and fear. Sarah reached out, but Emily recoiled. "It's not what you think, Mom. I'm just figuring things out." But Sarah knew better. The videos weren't casual browsing. They were a lifeline for someone grappling with identity in a world that still whispered judgments. The argument escalated. Emily stormed out, slamming the door, leaving Sarah alone with the echo of her daughter's pain. That afternoon, Sarah drove aimlessly through the city, past the glittering Lake Michigan shoreline, her mind racing. She pulled over at a coffee shop in Boys Town, Chicago's vibrant gay neighborhood, where rainbow flags fluttered proudly. Sipping her latte, she watched couples, women holding hands, laughing freely, and envy twisted in her gut. Why hadn't she allowed herself that? Why had she married John, only for it to end in divorce 5 years ago, leaving Emily caught in the crossfire? Back home, Emily had locked herself in her room, blasting indie folk music to drown out the world. She scrolled through her phone, texting her best friend Nola, short for Naleandra, who she'd met in high school drama club. Nola was openly bi, confident in her skin, and lately, Emily's feelings toward her had shifted from friendship to something deeper, more electric. But admitting it? Terrifying. Especially now, with Mom knowing. Sarah knocked softly. "Em, please. I didn't mean to snoop. I worry about you." Silence. Then the door creaked open. Emily's eyes were red-rimmed. Worry? Or judge? Sarah stepped in, sitting on the bed. "Neither. I get it more than you know." Emily scoffed. "Yeah, right. Miss Perfect hetero mom." Sarah took a deep breath. "Not always." And so the floodgates opened. Sarah shared snippets of her past, the stolen moments with Lisa, the regret of suppression. Emily listened wide-eyed, the anger melting into curiosity. "Why didn't you ever tell me?" Sarah shrugged. "Fear. Society. Your grandparents were strict Catholics. I thought I'd protect you by hiding it." But as they talked, a bond formed, fragile but real. Little did they know, this was just the beginning of unraveling a deeper family secret. As days turned to weeks, Emily confided more. She admitted her crush on Nola, how it started with shared laughs over Shakespeare rehearsals, and evolved into butterflies during late-night study sessions. Sarah encouraged her, but inside doubts gnawed. What if Emily got hurt? What if the world wasn't as accepting as it seemed? Chicago had progressed, but small minds lingered. One evening, while sorting old photo albums in the attic, dusty relics from her marriage, Sarah found a letter tucked in a box. Yellowed paper, addressed to her from Lisa, postmarked 2005. Her hand shook as she read. Sarah, I saw your wedding announcement. Happy for you, but I can't forget us. If you ever need to talk. It ended with a phone number. Sarah's breath caught. Lisa had reached out years ago, and she'd ignored it. That night, over pizza, Sarah showed Emily the letter. This is why your videos hit me so hard. It's like looking at my own what-ifs. Emily hugged her. Mom, maybe it's time to face it. Inspired, Emily invited Nola over for dinner. Nola arrived, vibrant with purple-streaked hair and a warm smile. The evening flowed with laughter, but Sarah noticed the sparks between them. Subtle touches, lingering glances. Yet tension simmered. John, Emily's dad, called unexpectedly. Divorced but civil, he sensed something off. Everything okay with them? Sarah hedged, but his probing questions stirred paranoia. What if he found out? He was conservative, from a rural Illinois background. The thought of custody battles from years ago resurfaced even though Emily was an adult now. Emily and Nola's first official date was a whirlwind. Picnic in Millennium Park under the bean sculpture. Sharing secrets amid the city's hum. Emily felt alive. Her hand in Nola's sending sparks up her arm. I've wanted this for so long, Nola whispered, leaning in for a kiss that tasted like freedom. But back home reality intruded. Sarah, supportive on the surface, wrestled with her own ghosts. The letter from Lisa haunted Sarah. One rainy afternoon, she dialed the number, her voice tentative. Lisa? It's Sarah. From college. A pause, then warmth flooded the line. Sarah? Oh my God, after all these years. They talked for hours, catching up on lives diverged. Lisa was married to a woman now, living in Seattle with 2 adopted kids. I never stopped thinking about you, Lisa admitted. Sarah's heart ached. Me too. But I chose the straight path. This revelation stirred something in Sarah. She began journaling, unpacking decades of denial. Emily noticed the change. Mom seemed lighter but distracted. You okay? Emily asked one morning over coffee. Sarah nodded. Just processing. Seeing you with Nola. It makes me proud but envious. Emily squeezed her hand. You can have that too, Mom. But drama loomed. John visited for Emily's birthday, bringing his new girlfriend, a perky real estate agent named Karen. Dinner was tense. John eyed Nola suspiciously when she joined. So you two are friends? He asked, fork pausing. Emily bristled. More than that, Dad. John's face hardened. Since when? The room froze. Sarah intervened. John, it's her life. But he exploded. This is because of you, Sarah. Your liberal city ways corrupted her. The fight escalated, old wounds reopening. John accused Sarah of bad parenting during the divorce, claiming Emily's phase was her fault. Emily fled to her room, tears streaming. Nola followed, comforting her. He's wrong, Em. We're real. Downstairs, Sarah confronted John. You don't get to judge. Not when I hid who I was for you. John stormed out, vowing to fix this. In the aftermath, Emily distanced herself from Sarah, blaming her for not warning about John's views. You knew he'd freak. Betrayal stung. Sarah, feeling isolated, called Lisa again. I think I made a mistake marrying him. Lisa's voice was gentle. It's not too late to live authentically. Weeks passed in a haze. Emily and Nola grew closer, attending pride events in Chicago, where rainbow crowds celebrated love. Emily felt empowered, but the family rift gnawed. One night, Nola confessed her own struggles, abusive ex coming out young. You're my safe place, she told Emily. Their bond deepened, laced with romance and vulnerability. Sarah, meanwhile, planned a trip to Seattle to see Lisa. I need closure, she told Emily. But Emily snapped. Closure? While Dad disowns me. The argument peaked. You're running from our problems, Sarah retorted. I'm facing mine so I can help you. Doors slammed, silence fell. High drama hit when John showed up unannounced, demanding Emily straighten out. He revealed he'd hired a private investigator, old-school tactics from his cop days, and found out about Sarah's calls to Lisa. You're both sick, he yelled. Emily defended her mom. Leave her alone. In the chaos, Sarah admitted everything. Her past love for Lisa, the suppression. John reeled. You lied to me our whole marriage? The betrayal cut deep. John left in fury, cutting off contact. Emily and Sarah clung to each other, sobbing. I'm sorry, Mom. I didn't know. Sarah held her. Neither did I fully. This moment forged a tentative alliance, but the pain lingered. As trust rebuilt, Emily introduced Nola properly to Sarah. Over homemade tacos, they shared stories. Nola's immigrant family from Mexico, her dreams of theater. Sarah saw echoes of her younger self. Welcome to the family, she said, meaning it. Yet whispers of a larger secret emerged. Sorting more attic boxes, Emily found an old diary, Grandma's, Sarah's mother. Entries from the 1970s. Met Elaine at the women's group. Her touch. Forbidden but right. Sarah gasped. Mom was like us. The family secret unveiled. Generations of hidden queer love, suppressed by era and expectation. This discovery humanized everything. Sarah contacted her aging mother in Florida. Mom, I found your diary. A long pause. I thought I'd burned it, Grandma confessed. A brief affair with Elaine ended for family duty. I regretted hiding it. Don't make my mistakes. Inspired, Sarah flew to Seattle. Lisa met her at the airport. Time softening but not erasing their chemistry. They walked Pike Place Market reminiscing. What if we try again? Lisa asked. Sarah hesitated. I have Emily to think about. But a kiss under the stars reignited old flames. Back home, Emily navigated her relationship. Nola proposed a road trip to New York for a theater audition. Come with me. Emily agreed, excited but anxious about leaving Sarah. Sarah returned from Seattle transformed, a subtle glow in her eyes. Lisa and we're giving it a shot long distance, she told Emily over breakfast. Emily's jaw dropped. Mom, that's huge. Hugs followed but undercurrents of worry swirled. With John silent, the house felt both freer and emptier. Emily and Nola's road trip was magical. Driving through Midwest fields, stopping at diners, sharing playlists of queer anthems like Tegan and Sarah. In a motel in Ohio, they danced to rain pattering on the roof, their laughter echoing. I love you, Emily whispered, the words slipping out naturally. Nola beamed. I love you too. Romance bloomed, tender and unhurried. But back in Chicago, Sarah faced isolation. Friends from her book club whispered judgments. One even said, at your age? It's a phase. Hurt, Sarah dove into therapy, unpacking layers of internalized homophobia. She joined a local LGBTQ support group, meeting women her age navigating similar awakenings. One, Maria, a teacher with kind eyes, became a confidant. Climax brewed when John resurfaced, emailing Emily. We need to talk. Alone. Against Sarah's advice, Emily met him at a neutral coffee shop in the Loop. John looked haggard. I overreacted. But this lifestyle. It's hard for me. Emily stood firm. It's not a lifestyle, Dad. It's me. He revealed his own secret. His sister, Aunt Clara, had been gay, disowned by their parents in the 80s. She died alone. I don't want that for you. Tears flowed. Why didn't you say? Emily asked. John shrugged. Shame. I failed her. This humanized him, but trust was fractured. Emily shared with Sarah, who nodded. Pain runs deep in families. Betrayal struck unexpectedly. Nola, under pressure from her audition nerves, confided in Emily about a past fling during their friends' phase. It was nothing, but I should have told you. Emily felt stabbed. Echoes of her parents' lies. How could you? She stormed out, driving home in tears. Sarah comforted her. Love isn't perfect. Talk to her. But Emily walled up, mirroring Sarah's past suppressions. Meanwhile, Lisa visited Chicago, staying with Sarah. Their reunion was romantic walks along Navy Pier, sharing wine by the fire. You've changed, Lisa said. Braver. Sarah smiled. Thanks to Emily. The conflict peaked at a family gathering. Grandma flew in, frail but determined. Over dinner, she shared her story with Elaine. I loved her but chose duty. It cost me joy. John, invited reluctantly, listened. Clara. She was like that too. Revelations poured. A lineage of hidden loves from Grandma to Sarah to Emily. John broke. I was wrong. Fear made me cruel. He hugged Emily. I love you no matter what. Healing began, but Emily's rift with Nola festered. Sarah mediated, inviting Nola over. Fight for it, she urged. In a tearful confrontation, Emily and Nola hashed it out. I was scared, Nola admitted. But you're my everything. Forgiveness came, sweetened by a makeup kiss in the backyard under string lights. Sarah and Lisa discussed future, maybe relocating. Seattle's calling, Lisa said. Sarah wavered. Emily needs me. But Emily encouraged. Go, Mom. Live your life. As bonds strengthened, a community event sealed growth. They attended Chicago Pride together, Sarah, Emily, Nola, even John tagging along awkwardly. Flags waved, music pulsed, and for the first time, Sarah held Lisa's hand publicly. Emily cheered, feeling whole. Yet undercurrents of drama lingered. John's girlfriend Karen struggled with acceptance, causing friction. And Emily faced college peers' microaggressions. But armed with family truth, they persevered. Grandma's visit extended. She bonded with Emily over old photos. Don't hide like I did. Wisdom passed down, humanizing the narrative. With Pride's energy lingering, Emily returned to college invigorated. She and Nola navigated long distance with video calls and weekend visits, their love resilient. Distance makes the heart grow. Nola teased during one call, her face pixelated but sincere. Sarah dove into her relationship with Lisa. Flying to Seattle monthly, they explored the city, hiking Rainier, sipping coffee in cozy cafes, rediscovering passion tempered by maturity. This feels right, Sarah confessed one evening, watching the Puget Sound sunset. Lisa nodded. Second chances are rare. Back home, John worked on redemption. He attended PFLAG meetings, reading books on allyship. I'm trying, he told Emily during a lunch. She appreciated it, but scars remained. Actions over words, Dad. A new conflict arose. Emily's roommate at college, conservative Becca, discovered her with Nola via Zoom. Whispers spread. Emily faced stares in dorms. Freak, one note said, slipped under her door. Panicked, she called Sarah. It's like high school all over again. Sarah flew down, rallying support. You're not alone. They reported the harassment, and the university intervened. Nola arrived too, holding Emily through nights of doubt. We're stronger together. This trial deepened their romance. Emily wrote poetry about Nola, verses of longing and strength. Sharing them in a campus open mic, applause followed. Acceptance bloomed. Sarah, inspired, came out to her extended family. Reactions varied. Some supportive, others distant. Her brother, Uncle Mike, hugged her. About time, sis. But cousins ghosted. Painful but liberating. The family secret evolved into a bond. Grandma penned letters to Emily, sharing Elaine's story in detail. A love cut short by societal pressure. Cherish your freedom, she wrote. High emotion hit when Lisa proposed relocation. Move to Seattle with me? Sarah hesitated. What about Emily? But Emily, visiting, insisted. Mom, go. I'll be fine. Tears mixed with joy. John's turnaround culminated in a barbecue. He invited everyone: Sarah, Lisa, Emily, Nola. Awkward at first, but laughter broke ice. To new beginnings, John toasted, clinking glasses. Betrayal's echo faded as Emily forgave Nola fully. They planned a summer trip to California, dreaming of beaches and futures. Marriage someday? Nola mused. Emily smiled. Maybe. Sarah packed boxes, bittersweet. This house holds memories, she told Emily. But we're making new ones. Emily nodded. Proud of you, Mom. As moving day neared, a storm hit, literal and metaphorical. Torrential rain delayed flights. Emotions surged. Sarah and Emily shared a final night, reminiscing. Your videos. They saved us, Sarah said. Emily laughed. Who knew porn could be profound? They hugged, tears flowing. In Seattle, Sarah settled into life with Lisa, volunteering at LGBTQ centers, finding community. Calls with Emily were daily rituals. Emily thrived, majoring in literature, interning at a queer bookstore. Nola's audition succeeded. She landed a role in an off-Broadway play. New York bound, she exclaimed. John visited Seattle, mending fences with Sarah. I'm sorry for everything. Forgiveness came humanely. The story's humanism shone. Love's triumph over fear, generations healing wounds. No perfect endings but growth. Years blurred into a tapestry of change. Emily graduated, moving to New York with Nola. Their tiny Brooklyn apartment buzzed with creativity. Nola rehearsing lines, Emily writing her first novel, inspired by their family's saga. It's about hidden loves blooming, she told Nola one night, curled on the couch. Nola kissed her forehead. Our story. Sarah and Lisa married in a small Seattle ceremony, under cherry blossoms, with Emily as maid of honor and John walking Sarah down the aisle. Who'd have thought? John joked, eyes misty. Grandma attended via video, beaming. Live your truth, darlings. The wedding was intimate, laced with romance. Vows promising eternal support, dances to old jazz. Sarah whispered to Lisa, "This is my happy ending." Lisa replied, "Our beginning." Back in Chicago, the old house sold, but memories lingered. Emily visited occasionally, tracing childhood steps. Everything started here, she reflected. Conflicts resolved humanely. John found peace, dating a woman who encouraged openness. He volunteered at Pride wearing ally pins. For Clara, he said. Emily's novel, Buried Hearts, became a bestseller. A drama of lesbian love across generations, drawing from real life. Reviews praised its emotional depth, kudos for authenticity. At a book signing, a young fan approached. This helped me come out. Emily teared up. It helped me too. Nola's career soared. She starred in a Broadway show about queer history. They adopted a rescue dog, naming it Hope, symbol of resilience. Sarah thrived in Seattle, co-founding a support group for late-blooming lesbians. No one's timeline is the same, she counseled. Lisa, a therapist, complimented her work. A family reunion in Chicago sealed the narrative. All gathered: Sarah, Lisa, Emily, Nola, John, Grandma. Stories flowed. Laughs over past dramas, toasts to survival. We broke the cycle, Grandma said, frail but fierce. In quiet moments, Emily and Sarah walked Lake Michigan's shore. Your discovery changed us, Emily said. Sarah smiled. No, love did. The ending was personnel. Not fairy tale perfect, but richly human. Betrayals forgiven, romances enduring, secrets transforming into strengths. In America's heartland and coasts, they found belonging. As the sun set, casting golden hues, the family embraced, hearts intertwined forever. Word count: 968.